Hello friends, good morning everyone. Myself UJ Maisale. I am working as a lecturer in ENTC department for SYENT students, measurement and instrumentation. So in that first today's class, we will discuss the fundamentals of measurements. So before going to start this one, so first we will discuss the course outcomes of this subject. So that are interpret characteristics of measuring instrument, calibrate different electronic instrument, use relevant instrument to measure specified parameters, interpret working of various types of sensors and transducer, use various types of transducers and sensors to measure quantities, maintain signal conditioning and data acquisition system. So next we'll move on to the outline contents of today's class. First one is the measurement, second one is the instrument, third one is the why do we measure, fourth one is the different methods of measurement, fifth one functions of instrument, and last one is the characteristics of measurement. So first point, what is measurement? So nowadays in real time applications we are going to measure so many parameters so that are related to physical variables. So that is indicates that measurement is also called as metrology, is the science of determining values of physical variables or a method to obtain information regarding the physical values of the variable. Or a measurement of a given quantity is essential an act or result of comparison between the quantity and predetermined or predefined standards. The two quantities are compared and the result is expressed in numerical values. So what are that physical variables? So that are temperature, pressure, light intensity, displacement, speed, level and flow rate. So these are the real-time parameters which are going to used for essentials. So next we'll move on to the instrument. What is the instrument? It is a device used in measurement system. So for instrument, best example is we are going to use in electronics and telecommunication cathode ray oscilloscope CRO, that is, and function generator, regulator power supply. So many parameters are available in electronics part. So after that we'll move on to the why do we measure. Nowadays in industry processes and industrial manufacturing, to improve the quality of the product, to improve the efficiency of the production and to maintain the proper operation, so that purpose we are going to measure. So this is a very important parameters, that is the quality, efficiency and to maintain the proper operations. So next we'll move on to the different methods of measurement. First one is the direct method, second one is the indirect method. So first, direct method. In this method, the unknown quantity is directly compared against standard quantity and the result is expressed in numerical number. For example, you can take length, mass and time. These are also related to what? Physical parameters. Directly we can measure. Next one is the indirect method. A direct measurement is not possible or feasible. In such a cases, measurement is done by indirect method is used. Example, measurement of temperature inside the furnace. We cannot measure directly. So for that purpose, we can use some sensors or transducer. By using that, we can measure. So that's why it is a not possible or it is a feasible. So next one, the functions of instrument. So first one, indication. Second one, signaling. Third one, recording. Fourth one, transmitting. And the fifth one is the controlling. So what is that indication in instrument? It means display the value of quantity to be measured. In analog instrument, the reading can be taken by use the position of the pointer or calibrating scale. While in digital display, the value are directly read in numerical value. Next one is the signaling. Again, in some instrument, the signaling contact can be set through the scale. This signal contact is made for special conditions like minimum operating level, economical range in speedometer. In certain instrument, no indication is required and the only switches are provided, which makes a switch contact is desired set. Next one is the recording. Some instruments continuously record the value of the measured quantity against other variable. A recording instrument can be used to record more than one quantity. Also, recording can be done through pen on a graph paper. Next one is the transmitting. Some instruments are used to transmit the data from one place to another place. The signal can be used either for indication at some other remote places or for automatic control. Last one is the controlling. The functions of controller is not only to monitor or indicate instantaneous value of the parameter under control, but also to control its value desired set point. The controls are classified as proportional, proportional integral, and proportional integral and derivative mode type. So next we'll move on to the characteristics of instrument. So there are two types of characteristics of instruments and measurement. There are two types of measurements. One is the static, second one is the dynamic measurement. So first, what is the meaning of static? It is a consider when the system or the instrument is used to measure a condition which do not vary with time. These are not vary with time. That is known as what? Static. These are not related to time. So that's why it is called as a static. Again, I will repeat once again. It is considered when the system or the instrument is used to measure a condition which do not vary with time. Next, we'll move on to there are some parameters which are related to static characteristics. So in that first one, accuracy, and second one is the precision. So we'll define this one first. Accuracy. Accuracy is defined as closeness to the actual or true value of quantity. Accuracy is defined as a closeness to the actual or true value of the quantity. Means you can take some standard value, that is a 6 volt. 6 volt means what? Closeness to the actual or true value of the quantity which are measured by means nearness value, that is 5.99, or it is related to 5.98, or it is related to 6.1. Next we'll move on to the precision. It is defined as measure of degree to which successive measurement different from each other. Successive measurement different from each other means what? You can take some examples which are related to 5 volt. You can measure first time 5.1, same 5 volt, it will give the response of that instrument. Second time you can measure that 5 volt, it will give the different value, that is 5.2, or it will give the different value. Third time 5.3. So next we'll move on to the sensitivity and drift. What is the meaning of sensitivity? Sensitivity is defined as ratio of change in output of an instrument to change in input. It is a one ratio. You can take output divided by input. So the instrument will respond. Second one, drift. So drift is defined as gradual shift in indication over time where the input variable does not change. It doesn't change in the input. It may be zero drift, or it may be zonal drift, or it may be span drift. Means what? In zero drift, the variable to be measured is constant. In span drift, it is a change in indication along the upward direction. And in zonal drift, it is the drift which occurs over the portion of the span of the instrument. So next, we'll move on to the reproducibility and repeatability. Reproducibility is defined as degree of closeness by which given value can be repeatedly measured. So whatever the value we are giving, it will provide the repeated measurement. Means what? For example, we can take the standard value is the 4 volt. Its nearest value should be what? 4.1 or 3.99. So you can take second value, that is a 4 volt. Again, it will give the same value, that is what? Repeatedly measured. Means 3.99 or 4.1. Standard value is the 4 volt, so it will provide the 4.1. Again, you can take the second value for 4 volt, it will provide again 4.1. Next one is the repeatability. So repeatability is defined as closeness of agreement among a number of consecutive measurements of the output for the same value of the input under same operating conditions. So repeatedly it will provide whatever that value comes in the output. So same value it will provide under different operating conditions. Next, resolution and range. Resolution is defined as smallest change in input to which instrument can respond. Smallest change in input to which instrument can respond. Smallest change means what? We can provide 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So then instrument will respond. So that is the smallest change in the input to which instrument can respond. Next, range. So range is also called as span. It is defined as difference between largest and smallest reading of the instrument. Means it may be largest or a smallest will provide that reading of that instrument. Next, we'll move on to the dead zone. It is the largest range of value of a measured variables to which instrument does not respond. It is the largest change, but whatever you are going to provide that input, it doesn't change. Next, we'll move on to the hysteresis. So hysteresis is the phenomenon which gives different output effects while loading and unloading. Means what? The outputs are provided or it will effects given by difference. That may be loading and unloading. Means what? Inputs are loaded, means what? In an increasing order, and outputs are unloading in a decreasing order. Next, we'll move on to the threshold. So it is the smallest measurable input below which no changes in the output can be identified. Smallest you can measure the input, but no changes in the output can be identified. So whatever you can change in the input, it will not provide the output. Next one, the static error. Static error is defined as difference between measured value and true value of the quantity being measured. So that is some formula we're going to use. E is equal to Vm minus Vt, where Vm is the measured value and Vt is the true value. So next we'll move on to the linearity. So linearity is the measure of maximum deviation of any calibration point from straight line. Means in x-axis we are going to use the input and in y-axis we are going to use the output. We can take one linear scale. So in that we are going to measure the straight line for ideal straight line as well as maximum deviation and calibration curve. Next we'll move on to the true value. So what is the meaning of true value? So true value is the errorless value of the measured variable. That is the standard. Next one is the calibration. It is the process of determination by measurement or a comparison with standard of correct value of each scale reading on a measurement instrument. You can take two values. One is the standard value, another one is the measurement value. So that is the meaning of calibration. It should provide some calibrated value. Next one is the tolerance. It is the maximum allowable error that is specified in term of certain value while measurement. It is the maximum allowable error that is specified in term of certain value while measuring. Next one is the stability. It is the ability of the instrument to retain its performance throughout its specific storage life and operating life is called as a stability. Stability, the meaning is what? Operating life and storage life. So thank you.